Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclydes MTG. Got some interesting news today. We got a leak from Bloomberg, and have we seen the end of serialized cards? So, before we get into it, don't forget, comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, subscription thing's right over here somewhere, I think. Feel free to hit that. We get to 1,000 subscribers, we're going to have a giveaway, and every milestone after that, we'll be giving some more stuff away. It'll be a good time, so hook it up. Links in the description to the eBay store and all that good jazz. Helps keeps us sponsor free the more you support. Unless ShamWow shows up. I mean, it's ShamWow. I don't know what to tell you guys. You're going to have to listen to it. So, anyway. As we get into it, let's first take a look at our brand new leak that we got, which is actually kind of happened while I was on vacation. So I missed it. Again, 4th of July. Sorry. Life got in the way. You know, things. But we all got a hug, right? It's Hugs the Grizzly Guardian. I love this card. It is so funny. It'd only be better if it wasn't a badger and it was a bear. God, this should have been a bear. Man, did they miss this one. Anyway, 2 green, 2 red, and X for a 5/5 trampler. So when Hugs Grizzly Guardian, gotta love this name, enters, exile the top X cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. So let's take a minute to actually break down how good this card is. First off, this can basically be a 4-mana 5/5 trampler. That's already absurd and standard. Second, if you play this late game, say turn 6, 7, or 8, when you've petered out because you're playing green-red and you're out of cards, and you pump 2 or 3 extra mana in this, you get to mill 3 cards off the top of your deck. Exile 3 cards off the top of your deck. You're basically drawing them because it says until the end of your next turn. So if you tap out to do this on your first turn, you have your entire next turn to play those cards. Plus, the ability to play an extra land on each of your turns isn't something that goes away. It's a permanent effect. Some people play cards that give you extra land drops just because they give you extra land drops. This is something that's going to give you extra land drops and then kick your opponent in the John Thomas. Like, this is Azusa, but she's big and furry and has an attitude. And hopefully that's not what Azusa would turn into if she didn't shave regularly. Anyway, moving on. So, as a mythic, I think this card's amazing, and if this does not break through in standard in a red-green deck, I am going to be shocked. Secondly, we all know when people go to Bloomberg, they get turned into animals, right? Right. For the love of God, let this be Garrick. I want Garrick back so bad. Now, the good thing is that this is Garrick. I would love to have a Garrick card with the name Hugs on it. Yeah. However, the fact you turn into a badger is a bit disappointing. Now, if it was a honey badger, I could see that because that sounds like Garrick. But anyway, going a little south here. Moving on. Great card. It's very interesting. And I don't see how this doesn't see all kinds of play. And if you're playing limited, sealed, pre-release, and you have this, I don't care how bad the rest of your red-green is, you make it work. Because this thing is house. My God, is it good. So, we've went that far. Now, time for the deep discussion about serialized cards and what the future holds for them. So, first thing I want to talk about is Bloomberg and the possibility of serialized cards. So, on Amazon, you can go and look up all this stuff because they give you a link of whatever's in there. It talks, Tiny Tales, Big Adventure, yada, yada, yaka, schmackety. Best boosters for collecting. Now, here it states coolest cards in the set. Rare cards, shiny foils, special alt art, and alt frames. Okay? Nothing there about serialization. Soar the top of the food chain. Hard to find Bloomberg cards with 5 cards of rarity, rare or higher, and a total of 5 alt border cards in every collector booster. Okay, again, no serialization. Collector booster exclusive treatments. The only place where you can find extended art cards with up two in every pack, and the only place you may find a card with a special type of foil treatment. Again, no mention of serialization. Play a game that fuses art, story, and strategy. And guess what? Nothing in there says anything about serialization either. And then finally, collector booster box contents. 12 Bloomburrow collector boosters and 12 MTG cards in each pack. Nowhere on this site, in the description, or anywhere else have I seen the announcement of serialized cards. Now, hold that thought right there, and let's look at Duskmourn. All right, so here's the Duskmourn information from Amazon. Other than the fact it's way overpriced. At least God, I hope so. Fight to survive in a house of nightmares. So, dare to enter Duskmourn, a plain enveloping house that sets the scene for your opponent's fears to come to life. Frighteningly good finds. Collector boosters are a shortcut to coolest cards in a set with packs full of rare cards, shiny foil cards, special art, alt frames. Same as before, no serialized. Horrify your friends in style. Collect more hard-to-find Duskmourn cards with 5 cards of rarity 5 or higher and a total of 5 alt border cards in every collector booster. No serialized. Collector booster card treatments, yada, yada, yada. Collector boosters are the only place you can find certain coveted card styles, including the possibility of extended art cards or even a card with the special textured foil double exposure treatment. And then finally, booster packs contain 12 booster packs, yada, 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 15 cards each. Now, nowhere in this or in this set did they mention serialized cards. So what does that mean? Well, does this mean moving forward, serialized cards are going to become either A, a special treatment to a set, or B, are they going to stop doing them in favor of these textured cards? Because here's the thing. If you guys roll back the clock, we just got Modern Horizons 3 as I film this video as the last set. It was supposed to have serialized cards. The treatments are 1 in 250, so there's not very many of them. But it has serialized cards. Premium set. Before that, Assassin's Creed was the last one. It had serialized cards. Again, special set. Modern Horizons 3, special set. Before that, Thunder Junction, not serialized. Again, no serialized card in Thunder Junction. So that's a minimum of 3 standard sets in a row where we have not seen serialized cards. So with that being said, if they don't change this, or this doesn't change at all, this is the last standard set you're looking at for the year. Which means there'll be no more standard sets coming out with serialized cards in them. And it means 2 things. Which is A, they could be moving away from serialized cards due to some unforeseen costs, which makes it harder for them to package, yada, yada, yada. B, they're moving away from it because they don't want to ruin how special they are by just making a bunch of serialized cards. C, they've decided serialized cards are so good as a lottery hit that they're only going to put them in premium products to once again juice that product for people to want to buy it. Because some of the premium products, Assassin's Creed included, tend to poop out and not do well. But if the premium products was the only place to get certain cards serialized, i.e. Shocklands, for example, it would make that product very more appealing to people who normally wouldn't buy it because they already have Shocklands and don't care about those kind of reprints. So very interesting. Oh, and finally, D, they've decided to do away with them because they don't want to crash the market of the product they already have. I find that hard to believe. I know that one's a stretch because it's Wizards and they're relatively ignorant. But one thing that does scare me about that is sets without serialized cards in them. I know collector boosters are one and done, right? We all know that. However, without having a serialized component of cards in those, it makes it very easy for them to magically make more if they wanted to double dip on the printing. Now, they said they won't do that, and they haven't done it yet, even with sets that haven't had serialized cards. But it is something to take into consideration as a possibility of something they may be looking forward to in the future to doing, for the simple fact of any way they can milk money, they want to milk money. So we don't know how that's going to play out, and it's just possibilities, right? I'm just saying what's on my mind. So with all that said, guys, tell me down below what you think. Will serialized cards pop up in these sets, or have we seen the end of serialized cards in normal standard products, where I guess you could say it's cheap? I mean, it's the cheapest form of Magic you can buy, which is not saying a lot at $150 a box, but Jesus. Woo. Because that would also really drive up the older product that actually does have serialized cards if they just quit or put them all in the premium product. So tell me down below what you think. At the end of it, it's half a dozen 160 other, I guess. So till next time, be kind. And as always, I hope to see you across my game table. Or hey, maybe at Gen Con. It's getting close. Oh, so close. So close.